Hi, I'm Brent Johnson, and today I'm at the Church of the Holy Communion in St. Louis, Missouri, and with me is David Sinden. David, thank you for being here today.
Sure, my pleasure.
David, you're the organist at St. Peter's Episcopal, which is a little bit down the road.
Right.
The Church of the Communion here doesn't actually have an organist right now, so if you're interested in the position, well, let's see the organ first, and let's see what everybody thinks. Okay. We're here to explore this instrument, which was recently rebuilt. Originally a Moller, and Bob Dial from Springfield, Illinois, has rebuilt the organ. They did a whole bunch of work on this church, redid the entire room, and so the organ is a nice new piece. I'm glad they put some effort into it. And you have a recital coming up, I understand.
I think so, yeah. Mary Chapman and I are planning for me to give a recital here at some point, so I'm sort of exploring the organ for the first time today.
Okay, wonderful. Well, we're both going to get to learn it together. Now, yeah. I will point out this does have a handful of digital stops, so right. It has been enhanced with some of that, so we'll talk about what's digital. But most of it is real. This organ actually has pipes that date back to the 1890s from the original church, which was downtown, Farrand and Vody from 1890. And then they moved to this neighborhood, not this building, and Moller built them an organ in 1924. So there's some 1924 Moller, there's some 1890s, Farrand and Vody, and then they moved into this room, and then Moller built this organ in 1964. Brought in some of those 1924, 1950, so we have a whole variety of pipework in here. And then, of course, Bob Dial has pared some of that down, and this is the organ we have today. But beautiful facade. This is all new here, and the 8-foot principle is in the facade. So I think we need to just start there and give that a listen.
Very good.
Yeah, nice clear singing sound there. All right, let's come on up the principal chorus now. Big full sound in the 2-foot. And then we have a digital 12th in there that we can add just for a little extra sound. How does the chorus sound with that? Just adds a little color into it there. Okay. And then finally a mixture on top of that. And I believe the mixture is actually digital, but the rest of the principal chorus is real. And it's right here in the front of the organ, so it speaks into this space really well. We should add there's a very large sanctuary up here, and then an archway that divides the nave. So it's a lot of sound rolling around up here in this room. All right, well, let's keep going. What else have we got in this division?
Let's see, there's a 16-foot flute that we can add onto that.
Yeah, nice big warm sound. Okay, and we have some flutes.
A harmonic flute.
I believe that is digital. Then what else do we have?
8-foot Borden.
Okay, and then we have 4-foot.
4-foot flute?
Yeah. That one's digital as well.
It is.
Okay.
And then a small 8-foot dolce.
I'm wondering if that's some of that vintage pipe work.
I think it must
another
be.
era.
Yeah.
Does that sound? Yeah. Okay, did we get everything there? We have do have a couple of reeds that I believe are all digital in this division as well.
There's an 8-foot trumpet here.
also have a tuba.
Yeah, the tuba on the grate is, I guess, technically resides on the choir.
Yeah, okay. Big round tuba there. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, let's come over to the choir then and talk about what we have down here. Now, this actually is an entirely digital division.
That's right, yeah.
All right, so let's just glance over. Tell me what we've got, and we'll just listen to a little bit of these.
There's a Gemshorn and a Celeste.
And that is, as a digital division, all expressive. It has its own shoe.
That's right, yeah.
So we can close that down. All right, let's keep going. What else do we have?
8-foot gedeckt. And we can add to that a 4-foot koppelflute. Two-foot octavan. So a nice flute chorus. Mm-hmm. Here's a 2 2/3 we can add to that. And a 1 1/3.
1/3. I was expecting a tierce.
Mm-hmm. I was
next,
too.
But
yeah.
I guess we have a tierce over in the swell, so we'll hear that when we get there. A couple more stops in this. We have some color stops here.
Right. There's a clarinet. And an English horn.
Yeah, so all digital, but it makes for some nice color additions, and I have to say, convincing.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing stands out as being fake or electronic. I believe this is Bob Walker equipment, and he does sample real pipes to get those sounds. If anything, the only thing is because the clarinet and the English horn were in really good tune. Like that's almost too perfect.
Right.
You would expect a little bit of wavering on a rainy, cold morning like today. But,
right.
So at least those are always in tune. You can always use them if maybe your real reeds aren't. Which I actually don't know if there are any real reeds in this organ. We'll find out when we climb inside. But we can listen to what we've got. So let's go over to the swell, and we start with a Geigen principal, I see. I do believe that's a digital stop in there as well. Let's keep going up, though, with the chorus. We have a 4-foot Prestant. And then a 2-foot Flautino that goes on top of that. Mm-hmm. And finally, a 4-rank plangeux. Yeah, very nice little chorus there. All right, let's. We also have strings. I want to hear the viol first by itself.
Okay.
Surprisingly big. Before we play the Celeste, let me hear the viol compared to the Geigen.
So it is a kind of similar scale.
They are, yeah, but a different quality. It gives us a much more stringier edge. Okay, let's add the Celeste to the viol. Yeah, it closes down nicely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then a signature Walker digital stop, the Flute Celeste.
Right.
I can see that being very useful during liturgy going on in here.
Yeah, it does get very soft.
All right. We have some flutes. Stopped diapason at 8 foot. And then on top of that, a 4-foot chimney flute. And I assume our flautino will fit right on top of that too, just like it did the...
I think so.
And here we do have a Nazard and a tierce.
Right.
We can add. Let's see what that sounds like. Yeah, very biting cornet there. I could see that against maybe your flute, choir flutes over here. That could be a good combination. Play just a little bit. Let me pull out. Yeah, let's do this here, the 8 foot here by itself first. Yeah, and it balances very nicely. Okay. Well, now we have reeds here in the swell.
Right.
Again, I don't know if these are real or not. We're going to find out. Start with an 8 foot oboe. Then the 8 foot trumpet after that. And a 16-foot bassoon. I'm torn. I don't know if that's real or not. It has some very realistic effects, but it also sounds really smooth. It could just be a fantastic voicing job there that makes it sound so perfect. So we'll have to crawl in and see for a fact if that's real or not. And then a vox humana here on the swell. Very nice. Well, having all these reeds digital means you rarely have to have the organ tuned, so there's a plus there in that. Right. All right. And then we have a pedal division that is made mostly of borrows from the other divisions, although I know we have 2 real pipes in here, 2 real sets of pipes in here. Let's start first of all. We have the 16-foot principal. But I believe the bass of that is digital.
It sounded that way, yeah.
But then we have an 8 foot octave. Yeah, that's real. And then a 4 foot choral bass that goes up to. And then there is a real 16-foot Borden.
Right.
It goes to 8. Okay. The 4 foot roar 5 foot, what is that? So a handful of digital things in there too. We also have a 16 and 8 reeds, which actually come from the manual reeds. So there's no independent pedal reeds in here.
Right.
We do have a digital 32, a flute conique. Let's hear how that sounds like, just to hear in the room.
Okay.
This is with the 16 and 8. Yeah, very gentle sound there. So okay. And before we forget, we do have a Zimbel Stern, which is this real? Could be, yeah.
Could be, yeah.
Well, we'll have to go look and see. So other than that, just a very standard 3-manual instrument. They're very useful, though. Lots of colors, everything where you need it. And I assume you'll have a great time putting together a recital for this.
I think so, yeah.
get into the organ, we actually just go through this door right here. This actually used to contain part of the organ chamber when it was larger, but now it's space for the church, and the organ is completely contained here in this room. The first thing we encounter are some of the great principal that's not in the facade. There's our swell box. And over here we have the pedal ranks. This is the 8-foot principal. And then behind it we can see the 16-foot Borden. And the trebles are metal here up on the chest. You see the first example of speakers here for the digital stops in this organ. Get to the other side, we have to go underneath the swell box. You see the regulators here. Ladders are on the other side, so we'll move on through. One really interesting fact is the floor frame here is stained and finished very beautifully. It's a really unnecessary touch. Back here we find the amplifiers for the digital stops. It is a Walker system. There's the speaker for the 32-foot, and then all of the electronics are in there. There's 2 knobs for controlling the manual tuning. Some speakers on the wall. And over here we have a ladder that takes us up to the great chest. And here it is. We have the 2-foot, the 4-foot octave, the Borden, and the 8-foot principal is there. And then we have the Earthsaler on the far end of the chest. And some more speakers here over in the corner. Not aimed directly at the church, but aimed to bounce into the pipework. Turning around, we have a door on the side of the swell box, which is also finished very nicely. Opening the door, and we can go in to find 2 chests here in the swell. And the Celestes are both here. They're both real. They have a stop flute, harmonic flute. Back here on the back chest, we have the 4-foot principal, the 4-foot roar flute, 2 2/3 Nazat, which is capped, and tierce. And then here is our trumpet, which is real. It really looks like an oboe. The caps and the tapered bore just really looks like it was an oboe that's been made to speak as a trumpet now, so it works. So there we go. More speakers abound in the room. Another look here at the front chest. Bottom ends of the 8-foot string have been haskelled. Going back out and back under, we see the regulator there for the grate. Here's one of the swell regulators, and taking a look at the mechanical tremolo that's on top. It has a knob for adjusting the speed. There's our pedal regulator, and then the chest for the 16-foot Borden, and the mouths of those pipes. And another look at the pedal pipes here. These definitely really look like Moller pipes from the 50s. David, thanks for standing in today and demonstrating this Bob dial organ, formerly a Moller, here at the Church of the Holy Communion. It's, again, a lot of digital, and some people may get frustrated by that, but that's what the church has chosen to do, and it's kept a nice, functional instrument here.
Yeah, there's a lot of variety here, a lot of color to draw on, and everything's in really good working order.
Yeah, so they've opted to keep the organ here playing, and the congregation obviously is proud of it and wants to show it off, so I'm glad we got a chance to come in and see it. There's a specification of the organ online. We'll put a link to it down in the description. Down there you can also find a link to our website where you can learn how to become a sponsor of the Organ Media Foundation and help us make more videos like this. David is the new treasurer of the Organ Media Foundation, in case you didn't know, so he's waiting to hear from you because this is how we make these videos, is with the help of our viewers. So thank you so much to all of you who have become sponsors this year.
Yes, thank you.
The link is organ.media. Just click on support. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed and click the bell for notifications, because there are more videos coming out. We hope to have videos out every week for the rest of the year. So again, thank you to the sponsors that make it possible for us to do that. There's a lot of great instruments like this that we want to go see. Until that next video is out, you can find streaming classical organ music on our 3 stations, organlive.com, Positively Baroque, and The Organ Experience. David, thank you again. I look forward to your recital soon, and we'll see you soon.